Hello, welcome back. We are back for the second part of our three-part series here on the podcast, diving into what's going on with your marketing, why it feels heavy and exhausting right now, and how to create more structure and purpose to it so that you can have more clients and more predictability month to month for your income and your workload. If you haven't yet, be sure to join our new Facebook group. I announced it a couple days ago. It's called Websites and Marketing for Dietitians and Health Professionals. The link is in the show notes. It's where we're continuing these conversations, and I'd love to see you in there. In yesterday's episode, we talked about why your marketing might feel scattered right now because you haven't identified the central goal all of your marketing is pointing towards. When you start thinking of your website as the end of the road, as that end of that path for your clients, it becomes easier to build out marketing from there that feels much more organized and purposeful. So the next question is, how do we make that marketing feel a lot more structured and less exhausting to keep up with, right? So if you're an established practitioner who already has some clients, maybe you've had your business for a year or two, but it's just feeling like things are not getting any easier. You're in constant reactive mode, putting out fires instead of building systems. Every day, there's something new to do. Every marketing effort feels draining. And you're thinking, when will this ever be over? When will this ever get easier? I've been there. I can totally relate. I'm speaking from experience. And here's what I've learned about this, about marketing. The reason that your marketing likely feels so exhausting is because you're recreating the wheel every single time you're doing it. Let me explain. So you're relying on your energy in the moment to execute in the moment, rather than building out intentional infrastructure that can function whether you're feeling really awesome or just feeling completely overwhelmed, which honestly for me, on a day-to-day basis, overwhelm is maybe the predominant thought. So for me, having a lot of structure and systems is honestly the only way that any of this happens is possible. So what does marketing infrastructure actually mean? What does that look like? So marketing infrastructure means systems that work for you instead of systems that require you to constantly show up with fresh energy and ideas. So it's really the difference between I need to post or email something today. What should I say? Versus it's Tuesday. So I'm repurposing last week's podcast into an email and 2 social posts using Claude, for example, or your AI of choice. And just like we talked about yesterday, your website is the foundation of all of this. It's that ultimate piece of infrastructure where it's working 24/7, showing up in search results, converting visitors while you sleep, while you are putting out content, doing other things, seeing clients. So it's the end of the road that all marketing leads to. But beyond your website, infrastructure means then for marketing, templates, processes, and assets that can function whether you're inspired or exhausted, whether you're available or on vacation. It's these systems running. So think about it like this. A business without marketing infrastructure is kind of like cooking dinner from scratch every single night without a plan, without staple ingredients in the pantry, without any go-to recipes. So you can do it, but it's exhausting. It's probably not going to be your best work. That meal might be a little bland, boring. And eventually you're probably going to give up on that home cooking and have pizza on speed dial. Not that there's anything wrong with pizza every so often. But a business with marketing infrastructure is like having a whole meal planning and preps system that you can always lean on. You know what you're making. You've done the shopping. You've got your recipes. And even on a really busy Wednesday night, dinner still happens because you're just following the process. So here's what infrastructure looks like in practice. Let's say you record one 30-minute podcast episode. With infrastructure in place, that becomes this week's email to your list, 3 social media posts with quotes pulled from the episode, a blog post on your website with the transcript, edited and optimized for SEO, and it really just becomes this evergreen piece of content that continues working for you months later. Visitors coming to your site They're listening to that podcast or reading that blog post. It's showing up in search results. It's something you can share. It's always there, always working. So one piece of content, 5 marketing touch points. That's what infrastructure can look like. And getting that podcast published, that's infrastructure too. You're going to have infrastructure around that, from batching the topic ideas. That's what I do, to accepting guests. We have a whole process and system, so that is not manual either, to publishing the episodes themselves. We always have a standard process that we follow. If we didn't have that, this podcast would not be happening. Or let's say that you have a referral system in place. So, content marketing is fine, but what about the other pieces of marketing? So if you have a referral system in place, you're not scrambling to remember who you should follow up with or what you need to be saying. In this case, infrastructure might look like a list of your top 10 referral partners, a quarterly touch base calendar that you can remember to follow up with people, template emails for check-ins so you're not having to come up on the fly with what to say, and a process for sending these partners resources that they can share with their clients, things that are going to actually help them in their practice. They're going to keep you top of mind and have them wanting to then refer to you because they know that you provide quality, you're going to take care of their patients and clients. And really, it's just keeping that communication open with these referral partners you have. So you batch it, you schedule it, and it runs whether you're having a really great week or barely keeping your head above water that week. All right, it's always running. So the beautiful thing about infrastructure as well is that it compounds. So the first time you set up a system, it is going to take some effort to figure that out, but then it works for you over and over and over and over again. Your website keeps showing up in Google searches while you sleep. Your email nurture sequence keeps introducing you to new subscribers automatically. Your content keeps building your authority week after week, and it allows you to add new systems and tactics when you want, not out of desperation, but because you have the space now to expand. So without infrastructure, you're working just as hard in month 12 as you were in month 1. With infrastructure, month 12 is easier because the systems are doing that heavy lifting for you. And you have more to show for it in the end too. You have more clients, you have a bigger email list, you have more systems in place that are always working, and you're seeing more consistent clients showing up on your calendar, more consistent leads and new discovery calls coming into your calendar, and feeling so much less uncertain about how your business is going to keep growing and how you're going to be getting clients and keeping those clients. So here's what I want you to do after this episode today. Just think about one area of your marketing where you are constantly recreating the wheel right now and you're spending a lot of energy. Maybe it's coming up with social media posts from scratch every time, or figuring out what to email your list every week, or trying to remember when you last reach out to referral partners, or deciding what to blog about each month, or following up with new contacts after an event that you've done or attended. So just pick one of those and ask yourself, what would the infrastructure version of this look like? Not that, I need it to be perfect and I need everything systematized, but just that this could be easier if I had a simple process behind me, and what would that look like? So what I would love you to do is come join the Facebook and drop your answer in the Facebook. I want to know what you are going to systematize first. What is that one thing that you're doing that you would like to have a little bit more structure around so that you can be more consistent about it? You can have a lot less of your energy having to get you going to do it and having you need energy to execute it. Rely on your systems instead. So which of these things are you going to do first? I would love to help you think through it as well. So if you're not really sure and you have a few ideas, pop those in the Facebook group and let's talk through it. Okay, so tomorrow in the final episode of this series, we are going to be talking about the question that gets asked all the time. Where should I be marketing? Do I need to be everywhere? The spoiler, no, you do not. I'm going to show you how the most successful practitioners are very strategic about where they show up and how you can make those decisions for your own practice without feeling like you are missing out on potential opportunities to attract clients. Okay. So I hope I will see you tomorrow for the next episode, our final episode in this series. And if you haven't joined the Facebook group, make sure you join it. Link is in the show notes. Come say hi, and I will see you tomorrow.